Hello and welcome to Rev Sports, everyone. We're coming to you as the Indian women's team press conference is currently underway with some big announcements expected today. The focus is obviously on the upcoming T20 World Cup squad, along with updates on the England White Ball series and the much anticipated Test series as well. Our colleague Shomik Chakraborty is at the venue, tracking all the developments closely, and he'll be joining us shortly after the press conference to bring you the latest updates and key takeaways. For now, I'm joined by Snehashish Mukherjee and Bharat Ramraj as we build up to those announcements and discuss what we can expect. Snehashish, before we ended the show earlier, we discussed about the wicket keeping options. And I think there
Yeah.
have been a lot of questions regarding Uma Chhetri and Yastika Bhatia. So, out of the two, whom would you pick?
Yes, first of all, sorry. I think that was a glitch from StreamYard. That is why the show got ended abruptly. But as you question, again, regarding the wicket keeping options, for me, I think Uma Chetri is the only viable option as of now. Obviously, Astika is another name, but considering her fitness and recently, I think she is back in some action. She's doing practice and all, but she is not fit enough to be, to get included for the World Cup. So I think there is no other option than Uma Chetri. Uma Chetri is the viable option because I think as a team they had an option in the form of G Kamalini when they tried her in that Sri Lanka series, but unfortunately then injury, then she got then she got out of the Australia tour. After that she was fit. She came back and scored few runs in the hundreds also in the domestic circuit, but she was not included in the South Africa series. So I think in that sense you can understand that maybe she is not in the plans for the World Cup. So I think as of now, Uma Chhetri is the best possible option left for their backup wicketkeeper.
Bharat over here, Sandesh, yes, he wants us to answer this question. He has says that they can try Pratika or like finish a replacement too. Also, I like G Kamalini. So, what are your thoughts on G Kamalini? Like Snehashish mentioned in the previous answer.
Can you just come again? Voice seemed to be breaking little bit, just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Someone over here has commented and they were asking about G Kamalini. So, what are your thoughts on her, Bharat?
Okay. Yeah, they can look at her, obviously. But in my humble opinion, the one batter who really impressed me was the one young cricketer who really impressed me was someone like Anushka Sharma. I think she's someone who has a little more time on her hands. She's someone who, especially even when while facing short of lane deliveries, she seems to have a little more time on on her hands. Even when she plays the cover drive, she seems to have a little more time on her hands. So I think I would look at her. What is Kamlini also can come into the equation, but I think among the youngsters that I have looked at, I think Anushka Sharma is the one that really impressed me.
As of the updates that we have from the press conference, Amol Muzumdar, who's the head coach of the Indian women's cricket team, he has already left, and the players are expected to be out there soon. But Snehashish, my question to you is: there have been a lot of criticism around Nikki Prasad, but having said that, I think she has performed really well in the Rising Stars Asia Cup. So, what are your thoughts on her, and do you see her in the squad?
No, Nikki Prasad not. I think you are asking about Anushka, right? Nikki Prasad was not there in the Rising Superstars. I think you are asking about Anushka. Anushka was there at number three. She batted at number three, and she
Over here,
decent enough.
Sandesh. No, Sandesh over here wants to know that he's also asking that Nikki Prasad she should be there, and Brinda Dinesh also. I think Brinda Dinesh was there in the rising Asia.
Exactly. Shweta Dinesh was there in that rising, and she did well as an opener. She did well, but I am not seeing anyone, be it Nikki Prasad, be it Brinda Dinesh, suddenly out of nowhere for the World Cup spot. All these names, I know that they have been doing good. They should be in the radar, but all these names should get chance post this World Cup. After this World Cup, you have a new cycle to plan for the next T20 World Cup. In that cycle, try these new players and see if they are ready for the international stage or not. But as of now, apart from Anushka Sharma, I have not seen any names that can be in that radar for that World Cup spot. Anushka Sharma, because she got the opportunity in South Africa, she did decent enough. I will not say very impressive, but it's okay. It's just a fast series, for the senior side, and you have to admit that she was asked to bat as an opener, which is not her primary role. Her primary role has always been to bat at number three or in the middle order. So I think she did decent enough from her side, but let's see whether she finally gets a place or not.
As per the reports that we have on the ground, it is being
Just want to
stated
add
that
one point.
Amanjot
Just want
Kaur
to add
has an
one small
eagle.
point. Just one small
Huh.
point on Lenny. She's a decent cricketer, but when you consider obviously the wicket keeping part of it, then I think I don't see how she's much more or how she's far more better than someone like Uma Chetri or those lines. So in that sense, I think I would settle with Uma only. But that was just on a general note that I said about Anushka Sharma. I'm not saying she's the next great cricketer or on those lines, but whatever I've seen of youngsters, I think as far as batting is concerned, she looked in
Yeah, it's good.
somewhat decent pitch.
But there are some updates from the press conference. As per our sources, it is being stated that Amanjot Kaur has a niggle and Radha Yadav and Yastika Bhatia were discussed in the meeting. So, Snehashish, what is your take on that?
I'm Yes, Amanjot has a Eagles. It's good. I think I mentioned that in the 12 p.m. live that even if she is not getting considered, the proper communication should be there. That for this particular reason, we are not seeing Amanjot Kaur in the side because if you see her quality, she should get a place in the World Cup squad if she's fit and available. I don't see any other reason for that. She needs to. So for injury, I can understand if she is not getting a place. Radha Yadav, I am not surprised. I mentioned that also that I expect only one surprise edition that is Radha Yadav, and see I think her name has been announced. Yastika, interesting. As I mentioned earlier, also just I think she has come out of a long injury layoff. She didn't play I think competitive cricket for a long time, but now just ahead of the World Cup, just with a faith I am saying whatever cricket already she has played for India and everything. If team India management showing that faith and considering her as a backup wicketkeeper, who knows, maybe I think that is the thinking between them. But it's very interesting to hear that Yastika Bhatia's name was getting discussed during the meeting.
Bharat, now that we're talking about Yastika Bhatia, are you not seeing a Uma Chetri in the squad?
Yeah, so it's Estika Bhatia, right?
Yeah, Yastika Bhatia.
Yeah, okay, okay. She's a pretty good, pretty decent batter. Maybe they're looking at her batting skills more than anything else when it comes to Astika Bhatia. If that is the case, I think she would get in. But see, Uma, I think
Bharat,
is
I'm very
a pretty
sorry to
very
interrupt you. I'm
decent wicket
extremely
keeper.
sorry to interrupt you. But as per our sources, Amita Sharma, Devajit Saikia, and Harmanpreet Kaur right now are announcing the squad. So we'll keep you all updated with the details. Bharat, carry on, please.
Yeah, maybe my internet is not so good. Anyway, coming back to this, yeah, Yasika Bhatia, she's a very decent batter, watched her a little bit. Maybe it is her batting skills that is helping her to get in, if that's the case. See, Uma is also a pretty decent wicketkeeper, but the main part with Yastika is, I think, her fitness. Whatever I've seen, I think she has had her fitness issues. So if they have to go with her, then they have to kind of gamble with her fitness.
Okay, all of you are asking over here that when is the press conference going to take place? It is taking place currently, and the squad is. When will they announce the squad? 5:30 question mark. Snehashish, any updates on that?
No, I think in next 5-10 minutes we will get to know the final 15 members. The press conference is going on. The selector, the Deputy Saikia, and obviously Harmanpreet Kaur is there. So let's see.
So the squad will not only be announced for the T20 World Cup, but also for the T20 series, Test team, and India A team as
Just,
well. Yes, Bharat. Do you want to say something?
sorry, please continue, both of you. Just a couple of minutes. I think I will go down and try to get back. I think the internet is a little
Done.
jumpy. Just give me two
Definitely.
minutes.
Done.
Definitely.
Done.
Snehashish, now that a lot of people are predicting their 15 member squad, what are your predictions?
See, I think my prediction was obviously, Smriti Mandana, Shefali Verma as your opener, then Jemima, then you have Harmanpreet Kaur, the captain, then you have Richa, then you have Dipti. Uh, that is your six, right? Yes. And then you have Shriyanka Patil, then you have Enfu Charani. I have kept Radha Yadav already in my probables, so that is 10. And then you have Renuka Kranti, 12. I might keep Bharati Fulmali as a backup, and then in my 15 there was a space for Amanjot Kaur, now I think it is not going to be there. So maybe Kashbi Gautam in that case, and maybe one more. Yastika, you never know because I don't name the backup wicket keeper. That is the place. I thought obviously Uma Chetri, but now if they finally go with Yastika, it's okay. Then Yastika is the backup wicket keeper. So that's the 15 then. So let's see.
Oh, as of now, we have updates. So we have Harmanpreet Kaur, who's the captain, Smriti Mandhana, who's the vice captain, Shefali Verma, Jemima Rodriguez, Bharti Fulmali, Deepti Sharma, Richa Ghosh. So I think it was predicted. I think the same team played for the South African series as well, Snehashish.
All of them were in
All
the
of
South
them.
Africa series, and yeah, and I think you, I think most of the people who follows women's cricket, especially Indian women's cricket for last 1 year, I think they know that there will be no such big surprise. There should be no big surprise. Most of the players, I think 12, 13 players are sure shot
Snehashish, I'm
that
sorry to cut you off once again. I apologize. But Yastika Bhatia has been named as the backup wicketkeeper. And then we have Radha
both.
Yadav as well. So your predictions were on spot.
Yes. I thought that Radha Yadav will make a comeback because the practice sessions that I was going through, that she was going through, and I saw on social media. I think I thought that she might make a comeback, and she is going with a champions like luck, right? I think she has won every tournament that she has played. I think so far in last few months. I think so. Yes, Radha Yadav is back and a backup for in future, and obviously a super fielder as well.
So we have the squad right now. I'll just read it out for our viewers. You have Harmanpreet Kaur, who's the captain, Smriti Mandhana, vice captain, Shefali Verma, Jemima Richa Ghosh, Yastika Bhatia, Bharti Fulmali, Deepti Sharma, Sri Charni, Radha Yadav, Shriyanka Patil, Arundhati Reddy, Nandini Sharma, Renuka Singh, Kranti God. So there is no Kashvi Gautam in the team. Did the selection
Nandini
of
Sharma.
Nandini Sharma surprise you, say Hashish? Because a lot of people were commenting in the 12 p.m. show as well that Nandini Sharma might come in.
See, there is no doubt that she did well in WPL. Obviously, I think she was fantastic. Even in the Rising Stars tournament, I think she was doing good. Unfortunately, the injury happened. But just before the World Cup, 3 matches left, and you are taking her a new player, out of nowhere, you are taking someone like Nandini Sharma for the World Cup. I think it's very surprising, but it's okay. It maybe turned out as a bold call. Even England took that call, taking an uncapped 18-year left-arm spinner. So that can happen. So I think that is team management decision, and now we have to back this team. So this is our team. They are going to fight for that World Cup, and we have to back that team. Man. But it's good to see, Yastika make a comeback. I think she was very unfortunate that that injury happened, and she was, got knocked out from the squad before that ODI World Cup, and then only Uma Chetri came in the scenario. But now I think it's good that she is back and she is now ready for the T20 World Cup.
But Snehashish, is this a very predicted squad? Because somewhat the same team was there for the South African series as well. Definitely Kashvi Gautam is missing out. And is it a surprise to you?
No, with Kashmir's omission, I am not a kind of surprised, I will say, because I mentioned in the 12 p.m. live also that she got her opportunity, but she didn't capitalize that, right? She didn't bowl that much well to, I think, maybe impress the coach or the captain. I think that is why she missed the cut. But which I think this squad could have been more predictable, but they have come out some surprises, especially Yastika Bhatia, the wicket keeping option, and Nandini Sharma. I didn't expect that at all. Nandini Sharma out of nowhere for T20s and then for World Cup. I didn't expect that. So
So the
good
series
that
for
Nandini
the
Sharma is set for the
So the squad for the Test series is out as well. So we have Harmanpreet Kaur, who's the captain, Smriti Mandhana, vice captain, Shefali Verma, Jemima Rodriguez, Ratika Rawal, Deepti Sharma, Richa Ghosh, Sri Charni, Yastika Bhatia, Nandini Sharma, Harleen Deol, Renuka Singh Thakur, Kranti Gaur, Saili Sadgire, and Sneh Rana. So Sneh Rana is in the Test team. And a lot of our viewers were asking us that India A team for which series. So they'll be playing against England A. Now, Bharat, my question to you is you've definitely seen the squad that has been announced. What are your thoughts on Kashvi Gautam missing out and Nandini Sharma coming in?
Kashmir Gautam, I think she's been given chances, a few chances here or there. I'm not very sure she has been up to the mark. I think she still has to perhaps improve a little bit here or there. So I guess that is why she kind of missed out. And as far as Nandini, I think I'm a little bit surprised over that. Something that I didn't expect her to be picked. But yes, the selectors, when the selectors pick 14 or 15, there will always be surprises.
people would say why this girl is not has not been picked, or why this girl has been picked. So that is how it is. That's how it works out. As far as the test squad is concerned, yes, you expect it's Rana to be there in the test squad, or in the longest format. You expect the all-rounder to be included. So I think that is how it goes. With regard to Kashmi Gautam, I think she still has to improve a little bit. Whatever I've seen, maybe the selectors also thought that way. Just wanted to add one point for the first few minutes. It was my internet was a little bit jumpy. I hope I didn't make any kind of brain fade. So I'm back here from outside.
A lot of people are asking about Amanjot Kaur in the comments. So she has a niggle, hence she's missing out. And Snehashish must be a little upset because he was constantly backing her.
Yeah.
But now my question is, Snehashish, we all know that this is a good squad, right? But how important is Renuka Singh Thakur in the base bowling department? Because we know she's very effective with the new ball. She can swing the ball. How effective is she going to be in the England conditions?
See, I think her primary skill to to bowl the swinging delivery, especially with the new ball. I think she has shown that over the years. And in England, I think in this unit she needs to lead the unit, right? She is the most experienced one here. So I think you have someone like Kranti Gaur, now you have Arundhati is there, now you have Nandini Sharma. She needs to lead the unit, but I think in England conditions, I think both the batters will love because the balls will come onto the bat and the bounce will be there. I think they will love to score there. I think those kind of conditions will be favorable for them as well. And with the new ball, I think Renuka Singh Thakur will be very crucial player for India for those early breakthroughs. Especially in this format in T20s, you need those early breakthroughs in the first 6 overs. And if Renuka managed to get those in his first 2 overs, then that will be a kick start, for a great start for the team in any against any kind of opposition. So I think Renuka Singh Thakur will be very crucial, but her workload management will be crucial. Whether she will play every game, whether she will not, I think that will be a thing that we need to keep an eye on.
I'll just add,
Another
add a
question.
line on it, just one line on Renuka Singh. I think, as far as I know, whatever little I saw of her in South Africa, not sure she was at her best. So, Indian selectors, Indian think tank, especially the Indian think tank, have to manage her workloads. Yes, she can swing the ball. She's very good with those in swingers. Occasionally, she bowls that leg cutter type or that wobble seam type. But I think especially in South Africa, I don't think she was at her best. Hopefully, from India's point of view, she will get back to her best for the World Cup.
Oh, also, as per the updates, it's heard that Kashmi Gautam is injured as well. But
दोनों
Snehashish,
बेस्ट फ्रेंड इंजर्ड हो गया, अमनजोत एंड काशवी, क्या हो गया?
but I think what we have to also talk about is Anushka Sharma because she performed. I think she was decent enough against South Africa in the series, and then she came out to open also. She scored some odd runs also. So, what are your thoughts on not including her in the squad, Snehashish?
See, I think if you see the options that have been selected, when you are getting someone like Yastika Bhatia, you have that, backup opener option as well. If you are playing Yastika Bhatia can open the innings. Yastika Bhatia can play at number 3 or number 4 if needed. So in that case, the door for Anushka Sharma, I think, got closed. But it's okay. I think it's a very young career and she's a very promising talent, as Bharat said. I think she is going to play for India for a long time. She has that potential, and see, I think you have listened so many times that both me and Trishadi have mentioned that all these talents give them a little more time. One good season of WPL, no need to take them and give them a chance for India. It's too early. So it doesn't matter if she as she has not managed a place for the World Cup. I think it will not make a big thing for her going forward. But after this World Cup, you have so many players to test and you can go for for such experimentation. So for Anushka Sharma, I think it is not a big deal. I think she should handle it handle it properly. And I think that going forward she will have a very good career for India if she continues to hard work.
For all our viewers, Amanjot Kaur and Kashmi Gautam, both of them were not dropped. Amanjot has a niggle, and Kashmi
Yeah.
Gautam has a problem with her right knee, and she might get operated. Bharat, what I wanted to ask you is that do you feel that the inclusion of Nandini Sharma might be a little difficult for Arundhati Reddy? Are you seeing them as competitors in the team?
Can you come again just once again about Nandini Sharma?
what I was asking you is that are you seeing the matchup of Arundhati Reddy and Nandini Sharma together in the same team? Are you seeing them as competitors? Do
Yeah,
you
Arundhati
feel
Reddy,
that
I think
Nandini Sharma might be a little troublesome for Arundhati Reddy?
if she's fit, I think Arundhati Reddy will get in. In my humble opinion, if she's fit and firing, she should get in because she's someone who bowls those stump to stump line. I like the way she bowled in Australia, especially her spell of 4 for 22 in Sydney, I believe, where she used some few cutters and bowled stump to stump line. She's very much an energetic kind of pacer. So I would definitely look at Arundhati if she's fit and firing. Yes, I understand in South Africa, from whatever I've seen of Arundhati, she was not at her absolute best. In that sense, maybe if she loses form, then they will look at Nandini. She has some decent variations, whatever I've seen, but I would still definitely look at Arundhati if she's fit and firing. I think she should get in because I like what I saw of her even back in 2024. I think I was discussing with Sneha Shish during the 2024 World Cup that Arundhati is someone who has that kind of what can you say energy about her when she's bowling. It seems like she can make those breakthroughs. So I actually admire her style of bowling. Hopefully she's fit and firing during the World Cup.
Uh, Now, I think we've discussed a lot about the T20 squad, and I think we should discuss something about the test squad as well. Pratika Rawal comes into the test squad. Snehashish, what do you want to say on that?
Absolutely, there is no chance that you are going to drop Pratika Rawal, right? I think she did excellently. I think she batted excellently in Australia. That 50 in the second innings, I think it was superb. The greed, the hunger of scoring runs that she showed in that innings, I think it was fantastic. So it was sure shot that she is going to play that Lord State. But again, in Test match also you are taking someone like Nandini Sharma. So again, a great bold move maybe. So it's a bold move or a disaster. Only time will tell. But yes, Nandini Sharma is going to play. Is selected for the Test as well. Snehana is there. Obviously, Snehana experience and as an all-rounder you need that. Snehana also played that pivotal role with the bat in the second innings along with Pratika. They tried their best to to contribute as much as possible after the initial batting collapse. So I think it's a very good test squad. I think it's okay. And at Lords we are playing. So yeah, I think one more surprise is there maybe in the test squad. One second.
Saili Sadhgiri has been named in the test
Silas
squad.
Sadgare is there. Oh yes. Oh, Yastika Bhatia as well.
Yastika Bhatia.
Yastika
Yes.
Bhatia is back as well in the test squad also. So
Riley is a good
Bharat?
swing bowler.
yeah.
Yeah, she's a fine swing bowler. I just said because I saw her in that one-off test. She was getting some good swing. Yes, maybe the pace is a little less, but even then, in Test cricket, the red ball will swing a little more, and obviously the pink ball swung a lot more in Australia. So having a swing bowler will always help in Test cricket.
Bharat, what I wanted to ask you is that you were talking about having a swing bowler. How effective is Kranti God going to be in the test series? And do you see her playing the test match?
Yeah, Kranti Gowd, obviously, is a fine swing bowler as well. She's someone, I think there isn't much difference with the in swinger and out swinger when it comes to wrist position. That is how it feels like. Actually, I tried to decode an out swinger and in swinger, and it took me quite a few replays to understand which is the in swinger and which is out swinger. That tells you that she's a pretty decent swing bowler, swings it late, and she's someone who has decent pace. The only thing that kind of goes against her is her control. Maybe sometimes she sprays it around. There are times when it feels as if she has to pull her length back, but she still keeps bowling full. So these things come down to fast bowling mindset, and you need a good bowling coach. The bowling coach has to, what can you say, he has to share those insights about when to pull the length back, when to bowl fuller, when to look for conventional swing, and all these small factors. Otherwise, I think she's, in my humble opinion, the brightest prospect among the youngsters, Indian youngsters, in terms of pace bowling. This is in terms of promise. I'm not saying that her control is still there, but in terms of promise, in terms of the kind of pace that she can generate, deceptive pace, and the kind of swing that she generates, rate swing, I think she's the best prospect among the young Indian pacers.
Definitely, definitely. And Snehashish, Jitesh over here is saying, I am confused with Nandini's inclusion. Never would have ever, never would I have thought about her, but if Kashvi was available, the team was looking to drop Renuka, just confirmed. Do you feel that the team was ready to drop Renuka Singh Thakur from the squad?
I don't know if they if they have discussed that in that press conference maybe, but see, I would have been very much surprised if the team would have decided not to go with Renuka Singh Thakur for the T20 World Cup in England. I don't know then where you will take someone like Renuka Singh Thakur if not England. So yeah, I think I don't know, but unfortunate injury for Kashvi. I think Kashvi's career has not taken that upward graph because of continuous injury. If you see in WPL also at one season, I think she was one of the highest. She got the highest price, but unfortunately because of injury she couldn't play. Then she made a comeback. Then she played for India. Then again injuries here and there, everything. So I think that has been a problem. But again injury, but she didn't perform that well as I mentioned earlier. Also, Amanjot also very unfortunate that injury happened. But Nandini Sharma, I am literally I am surprised because I didn't expect Nandini Sharma to get included in this squad, be it the England T20 series and especially for the World Cup. But now she is there and now in the Test squad as well. So let's see how she does give an opportunity. But it is what it is. So now let's see.
Snehashish, I'll just come back to you. But Bharat, what I wanted to ask you is that we've looked at the squad, right? We have seen that Shefali Verma and Smriti Mandana have been opening for us throughout the years. But looking at the squad, do you see a backup opener?
Yeah, obviously Smriti Mandan and Shafali. Can you just say the squad again? Because I'm outside. If you know the squad, can you just say the squad? Hello?
Yeah, yes, Bharat, you're
Yeah.
audible. You're audible.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm in front of the mobile, I'm just asking that squad. Can you just name it? Yes, both squads have been announced, right?
The
Oh, you
squad,
want me
squad.
to? Okay, you want me to read out the
Yeah.
squads? Definitely.
Because at
We
that
have.
time, I just was coming down.
No, no, it's
I was just
absolutely all
coming
right. We
down.
have Shefali for our viewers as well. There's no harm in reading out the squad over and over again for the viewers. So we have Shefali Verma, we have Jemima Rodriguez, we have Richa Ghosh, Yastika Bhatia, Bharti Fulmali, Deepti Sharma, Sri Charani, Radha Yadav, Shreyanka Patil, Arundhati Reddy, Nandini Sharma, Renuka Singh Thakur, Kranti God, and definitely Vice Captain Smriti Mandana and Harmanpreet Kaur. But Bharat, right before you answer this question, I think Snehashish wanted to say something regarding the backup openers.
See, I think obviously Smriti Mandana and Shefali Verma is your opener, but as I mentioned that the only option, and I got to know that they discussed Pratika Rawal's name as well, and finally they went with someone like Yastika Bhatia because of the experience. That's good. At least they considered that because that would have been a miracle. That would have been a top surprise for me if Pratika Rawal's name was going to be announced as a backup opener suddenly out of nowhere, especially in this format for a World Cup. So yeah, so as I mentioned that now as Yastika Bhatia's name has been selected, Yastika Bhatia is your backup opener. Yastika Bhatia can open the innings, also can keep the wicket, but it's always you have to keep an eye on the fitness. It is not easy to just come out of the fitness from long injury layoff and play a World Cup. It is not going to be easy and completely different conditions. Yastika Bhatia is in India, right? And suddenly she needs to go there and play competitive cricket for so long time. That is also in England. So it is not going to be easy. I think she will be given some chances in the upcoming three-match T20 series if she is fit and available. So let's see what happens. But as I mentioned, when they decide to go with someone like Yastika, that close the door for other options as backup openers, be it Anushka, be it other options, maybe Pratika as they discussed also. So I think so. Yeah, Yastika Bhatia is the backup opener in this team.
Yeah, she's
Bharat,
the kind of floating a different
go ahead, go
position.
ahead.
Just wanted to add a line. I just asked about that squad because at that time I was coming out when that squad
Hmm.
was announced. That's why I just asked. Jessica Bhatia is very much a floater who can bat somewhere at the top of the order, who can bat slightly down the order. Although I'm not very sure her game in the shorter formats or the shorter format is
Yeah.
absolutely really good or very good because whatever I've seen, I think she still has to work on her game as far as power rating is concerned.
um, Snehashish, as per our sources, we've heard that the selectors and the captain have said that the bowlers could not take wickets in the South African series, hence we lost. Anything you want to say regarding that? Because the batters were also not performing.
Yes, at least two of the, I think 2 or 3 games you didn't score that much of runs as well. I think as a team, they failed to score. They put below per score. But yes, I think bowlers were struggling. There is no denying about that. I think apart from that win that you registered, especially 5 wickets from Dipti Sharma and others chipped in also. I think that is why you won that match. But otherwise, the main problem was to take early wickets, especially in the power play overs. That has been a problem, and in this format you need that. In this format we all know the importance of those first 6 overs, be it you are batting, be it you are bowling. So I think that has to be improved, and the best possible chance for them to improve that is the upcoming 3 match T20 series in England. In that, you I just hope that India get to understand that what is the best possible 11 for them going into the World Cup. The more quicker they understand that, the more better for the team, for unit, because that can give the role clarity for everyone. When you are going into a World Cup, you need that role clarity for every player. Every player should know what kind of a role that the team management is expecting from them. I think that should happen, and I think the upcoming 3 matches. That is why the upcoming 3 matches, against England in England, is going to be very very crucial.
Also for all our viewers, the squad for the upcoming match in England and the T20I World Cup is the same. So Bharat, before
Yeah.
we close the show, what I wanted to ask you is that we all know fielding has been a concern for the Indian side. We've seen Renuka Singh Thakur, Bharti Fulmali, Anushka Sharma drop sitters against South Africa. So ahead of the T20I World Cup, how do you think our approach should be towards the fielding?
The fielding has been a problem. Myself and Sneha have discussed a lot, even in the 2024 T20 World Cup. Yeah, it's something that has always been a problem with Indian women's team. Maybe it is down to see fielding. When it comes to fielding, you have to go at the ball, especially those outfielders, especially those fielders in the deep. You have to attack the ball. So perhaps it also comes down to the players. Perhaps it comes down to coaching staff as well. Maybe they have to come up with few new techniques, new methods in order to help them get better at fielding. But it's an ongoing problem for the women's team over a period of time. Maybe they improved slightly. Whatever I saw of the women's team, Indian women's team last year, I think they improved quite a bit, at least compared to the level that I saw in 2024. But again, in the series against South Africa, we have seen sitters being dropped. So I think it just comes down to finally, eventually, it comes down to the players. They just have to attack the ball a little more, especially those fielders in the deep. And that is the best way you can take those catches, especially in the deep. Maybe sometimes fielders in the deep, they don't they play tend to play safe. They don't really think that they have to attack the ball, and that is where I think they lose out on catches. But when you drop sitters, it is very hard to, what can I say? It's very hard to kind of defend it because this kind of things should be caught, should be pouched. Maybe it is just down to concentration powers, lack of concentration powers when you drop sitters. That's the only thing I can add because those kind of catches can't be dropped. I think it comes down to concentration powers, not having the concentration while fielding.
Snehashish, we have teams like South Africa and Australia on our group. In our group, I apologize. So, what is your playing 11? Probable playing
Oh,
11, because your predictions have been on spot. So,
it's difficult. One second, I'm just checking the team. So yes, so the here is the team. So definitely, obviously, Smriti Mandana and Shefali Verma is your opening partner. Then you have Jemima Rodriguez. Then you have your captain Harmanpreet Kaur. Then Richa Ghosh and Dipti Sharma. That is all 6 sorted. And then I will definitely have Renuka Singh Thakur, and obviously N. Sri Charani, Shriyanka Patil. So that is your 9. Arundhati Reddy, that is 10. And one more place, maybe Bharati Fulmali or maybe another pacer. That can be Kranti or Nandini.
Pratham, I do understand that you are highly elated and you're very emotional, but there is no point in abusing Radha Yadav in our comment section. Clearly, we have nothing to do with it. But
Yeah.
last question: The team is fine. Yastika's selection is good as she can open. Also, plus in case Richa needs rest, Yastika can do wicket keeping also. Radha's comeback was always there since she's an excellent fielder. Snehashish, my question to you. Do you feel Richa Ghosh needs rest? And secondly, do you think Radha was included only because of her fielding?
I think only fielding cannot be a parameter for a player to get included. First of all, that is my personal view. I think she is a proper bowler as well. She can chip in with the ball and as well in the bat. We saw in that WPL, in the recent WPL for RCB. But yes, the primary role that Radha always is known for is the fielding. I think excellent fielder she is, and I said I think she is now with the Champions League. She's everywhere she is going. She's playing and she's winning tournaments like fun. So yeah. So let's see whether she gets a place in the playing 11. Just because whatever I predicted just now, I didn't name Radha Yadav in my playing 11. So let's see whether she gets a chance or not. Because Ensu Chani is there. How many spinners you will ultimately play? You will definitely play someone like Dipti Sharma. You cannot drop someone like Shriyanka Patil. If you drop, it will be surprising again. Shriyanka Patil has been one of the top performers in recent times, whatever games India have played. And then you cannot drop someone like Ensu Charani. So how can you include someone like Radha Yadav in your playing 11? So that will be a big question. And for Yastika Bhatia, obviously Yastika Bhatia can be used as a floater, as Bharat mentioned. And I don't think Radha Yadav I don't think Richa Ghosh needs a rest. She is your first choice wicket keeper, and she has been improving on that. And she is the power hitter that you always talk about. The power hitter Richa Ghosh. You need her in that lower down order to finish the games in a quick way, in a quick fashion. So I don't think, but yes, against relatively weaker opponents, if you have already sealed your position for the semi-final, you can make some changes in the playing 11. Then you can try someone like Yastaka Bhatia in place of Richa Ghosh, and then you can use Yastaka Bhatia in the middle.
Also
Also,
for
at
all
one point,
our go ahead,
Radha
Bharat, go
Yadav.
ahead.
I'm not trying to defend her. I'm not saying I am the greatest fan of Radha Yadav's bowling, but I think she's a better bowler in T20 cricket than in ODIs. Whatever I've seen, because she bowls quick through the air, and maybe in ODI cricket they tend to what can you say milk her bowling a little bit, and that is why she's not so successful in that format. But in T20 cricket, I think she bowls quite quick through the air, and that is why, in comparison to ODI cricket, I think she's a much better bowler in T20 cricket. Obviously, it may not mean that she will get into the playing 11 or on those lines, but I think in comparison to ODI cricket, she's at least a better bowler in T20 ice. Obviously, she can add some runs with the bat as well.
So the press conference is over, and Captain Harmanpreet Kaur has clearly mentioned that although Jemima has had a topsy-turvy tournament, the team management is still going to back her. So there are a lot of updates, but as of now, we'll close the show today. Plenty of takeaways from the press conference, especially with the T20 World Cup squad announcement, along with updates on the England series and the upcoming test match. Thank you so much for joining Bharat and Snehashish. We'll be back for the IPL pre-show. Please stay tuned to Rev Sports. Thank you so much for watching.